Hey guys, it's the Lyoko Gem, here to bring you another video. This time around, we'll be talking about Steven Universe, and what better way to do it than another theory. When was the last time I did one of these anyways? A year? Oh geez, it's really time then. Now, a lot has gone on in Steven Universe since I last talked about it. We had the Jasper arc, Centipedals, and the Ruby's return. We heard about Pink Diamond shattering. We went to space. We met Bloodstone. Oh, and Steven may or may not end up dead because he's on Homeworld. Oh yeah, and Lars is there too for some reason. However, now that we're here in Season 5 and on Homeworld, there's a huge question that needs to be answered. Where the heck is White Diamond? We know she still exists, since we've seen her mural and the Diamond Authority logo still implies that she's around. Otherwise, she would have been removed like Pink Diamond was. And yet, we haven't seen any of White Diamond in the show. No gems in her court, nothing hinting at her existence aside from the logo and the mural. Heck, we haven't even gotten a name drop for her in the show. She's a complete mystery who has remained in the shadows for the longest time, and we can't help but wonder why. However, I have a theory onto where she might be and why we haven't heard from her. While many have speculated that White Diamond might be a fusion between Yellow and Blue, I don't quite see that. What if White Diamond is actually absent for some reason? She hasn't been in the picture, but is still acknowledged as the head of the Diamond Authority. As to how she's absent, I'll get more into that later, but first, let's prove why we can guess that White Diamond may be absent. I refer back to the episode That Will Be All. In this episode, Steven and crew are able to break Greg out from the human zoo and get him back to Earth. However, probably one of the biggest things to take from this episode is the appearance of both Blue and Yellow Diamond in the room full of bubbled rose quartzes. There, Yellow Diamond sings a song called What's the Use of Feeling Blue? In that song, Yellow is telling Blue that she should get over her feelings about Pink, stop grieving, and move on so that she can be the diamond that she's meant to be. However, something in this song could hint towards White Diamond's absence.
Where's the diamond when they need a blue? You've got to be a little blue.
Now this simply sounds like it's just telling Blue Diamond to get over it and become the leader she needs to be. But the fact that they're saying, where's their diamond when you need her? Where is she exactly? Could she be referring to White in her absence? Possibly. If White Diamond is absent, then it would make sense that Yellow expects her to be strong and tries to make sure that she doesn't succumb to weakness, but more on that later on. Plus, referring to the same episode, why are Blue and Yellow Diamond making war plans by themselves? After all,
Let's make a plan of attack.
they were cooking up something over there in the Rose Quartz room, but it doesn't make sense that Blue and Yellow Diamond would be making plans without the presence of White, as it's shown to be very clear that White Diamond is above both of them. Unless they were rebelling, which I honestly doubt, but they do things in this way anyways, and even if they take it up to White in the future, it's still odd that they would begin in this sense. Furthermore, I feel the need to look at Yellow Diamond as a character. If you notice, she has been depicted as the absolute head of Homeworld for some time. Think about it, we know that the Diamond Authority is a thing, but who has actually been depicted as active in doing things? Yellow Diamond. Blue has only just surfaced, and from the looks of things, she can be a strong leader, as seen when talking to Ruby and Sapphire in That Will Be All. But at the same time, we don't know what exactly she does, aside from running the zoo, or if she's even been doing anything at all. The only gems we've seen in her court at the moment were the Amethyst, Lapis Lazuli, and the gems depicted in The Answer. Yellow Diamond carries out command, but the question is, why? From our perspective, she seems to be the one in charge, from being the one to answer Peridot's call and message received, to deciding to attack the Earth and abduct more humans for the zoo in That Will Be All. She carries such a vibe that is commanding and seems to be the all-powerful leader of Homeworld. No one seems to question her, aside from Blue Diamond, who only got testy with Yellow in one moment where she asks her to let her grieve. Why else would she have command over everything in this way? Because Blue Diamond doesn't have the strength to carry out commands outside of her court, and because White Diamond, the supreme leader of Homeworld, is absent. Now, it's possible that White Diamond is either a fusion or far too busy to have been put into the plot right now. However, I don't think either of those are the case, and due to them being discussed in other theories, I'm not going to go into depth with those. But what I am suggesting is that what if White Diamond is absent, and what if her absence is actually due to Pink Diamond's shattering? Picture this. Pink Diamond was shattered by the legendary Rose Quartz, leaving 3 grief-stricken diamonds to lash out in immediate anger by ordering their troops back to Homeworld and proceeding to unleash the Corruption Song on the remaining gems on Earth. Immediately afterwards, imagine White Diamond feeling empty and hollow after what she and the other two have done. Because despite supposedly wiping out the rebel army, it did nothing to actually calm her aching heart of all the feeling she had for her youngest sister, Pink Diamond. Rose took her from them, and getting rid of the rebels didn't change that. And so what does the grief-stricken, emotional Diamond do? She is overtaken by her emotion and retreats to her gem, leaving her sisters to lead Homeworld. That is my theory, that White Diamond is so heartbroken by the loss of Pink that she made the conscious decision to poof and has been like this ever since. Yellow Diamond, being absolutely livid by this weakness, has decided that this should not be public knowledge, and because of that, White still stands at the top of the Diamond Authority as a figurehead, while she has been hurt for so long. Because it was bad enough that a diamond was shattered, but if it were known that the absolute head of the Diamond Authority could succumb to such a thing, then who's telling what could happen? Yellow Diamond does not want to take the chance of another uprising. And with her oldest sister gone, she became more emotionally withdrawn to show she can be a strong leader that White once was, and to show that nothing is wrong. This could also explain why Yellow is so hard on Blue. Not only does she not want Blue to show this weakness and be strong, but honestly, a part of her is scared. Scared that Blue too could retreat to her gem and go through the same grieving that White Diamond did, and never be able to get over it, much like White, therefore leaving her all alone. Look at the great pain she's in, and that will be all. For that brief moment, everything just flooded back to her, Pink Diamond shattering, and if this is right, then the loss of White Diamond as well. But if all of this is true, if White Diamond really has retreated to her gem, and is there just trying to get over the loss, then what does that mean for the rest of the story for Steven Universe moving forward? Well, in my personal opinion, this is why the narrative has sent Steven to Homeworld, and there could be a chance that the season takes place largely on Homeworld with Steven and Lars, partners in crime, and eventually having the rest of the gems join in as well, because it's obvious that they're not going to stay out of the picture forever. Should all of this theorizing about White Diamond be true, I predict that somewhere along the chase on Homeworld, Steven will need to fall asleep, and when he does, what do we think happens? His ability to communicate with dreams activates, and he comes across White Diamond's internal conflict, somehow connecting to her, and keeps connecting to her. Steven will try to figure out what's wrong and try and get her to feel, despite what Yellow and Blue feel about him. And knowing Steven doing things in his Steven-y way, amongst all the pain she's feeling, all the sorrow, all the suffering, he'd somehow make it for White Diamond to come out again. And it wouldn't be the first or second time that he'd be able to make it happen. I feel like it would take a lot of time to do it. Multiple attempts. Now I'd imagine that this would happen during some big event where they all but accidentally end up in the room where White Diamond's gem is being held. And there's a big fight going on where everybody's probably getting destroyed by Blue and Yellow or some army or whatever. And meanwhile, Steven is in there with White Diamond's gem, giving his final attempt to try and speak with her, and try to understand what's going on with her. And in a big moment, he would succeed, and White Diamond would return, towering before them and commanding everything to stop. And then from there, who knows what could happen. Steven Universe was made to unite human and gem kind, and although he might not be able to reverse what happened to Pink Diamond, if he were to save White and show the love and compassion that humanity, the crystal gems, and he has to share, that would be the ultimate way to do it. After all,
Steven is not just a gem. There has never been anything or anyone like Steven.
but that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I'll admit, this theory is something different that came to mind, but it's something that I really wanted to share for people to think about. Thanks so much to my best friend ever, Kai, for helping me come up with this theory. We were talking, and without her, this certainly wouldn't be a thing. But yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and be sure to like and subscribe. And hey, if you like hearing from me outside of videos, then you can check out my social media accounts on Tumblr and Twitter, where I talk about random junk like I do here. But thanks so much for watching, and with all that being said, this has been the Lyoko Gem, a warping out.